In this video, I'm going to show you how I set up one of my most profitable ad campaigns ever. It was for a travel agency that I ran from 2017 to the end of 2019, so almost 3 years. It had to close because of COVID. I set it up and took this business into profit from day one. I spent $250 on ads and I generated $24,000, and then I managed to replicate that time after time after time. So it was a very successful style of advertising. Worked very well for me, works across any industry that I can think of that requires clients, especially high ticket clients. So anything that's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 plus, this type of strategy will work perfectly because it engages the lead and it puts them into a conversation flow with you from the start. So let's dive in. All right, so I'll take you through exactly what I did to set this one up. So the objective that I set was traffic. Now, I set this campaign up a couple of years ago, so obviously there's been some changes within the Facebook ad platform. I would recommend running this as link clicks, click to message, and also running this as leads, click to message as well. That's going to tell Facebook's AI to go out and talk to different types of people with different types of data points attached to their profiles. So that's the first thing you want to do. Now, I will always set up 3 ad sets with 3 to 4 ads in each ad set. So this was for my travel business. Now, one thing I think it's important to say is I'd never run a travel business before. I was living in Peru with my partner at the time. She wasn't making a lot of money. I asked her what she wanted to do with her life and with her career, and she said she wanted her own travel agency. Now, I had a background in advertising and marketing. She had the connections within travel, so then one of us, turned out to be me, had to learn how to do some web development and get us online. So that's what I did. Built the website through WordPress. It wasn't anything special. And then I just set up some Facebook ads and I sent some traffic to it. I knew that because we didn't have much brand awareness, I would have to engage with each one of these leads. That's why I set up as click to message. One other thing is I noticed that some of the bigger players in markets such as TripAdeal, Intrepid Travel, they weren't doing this. So always look for a gap in the market. Notice that they weren't doing click to message because they're a much larger company. There's integrations they'd have to set up in order to execute on that. So I was plugged into this thing all day and I was just talking to these leads as they came through. So that's the context here. So I set up 3 ad sets. Specifically, this business focused on tours to Peru for families who didn't speak Spanish. So always niche down. You always have to go the more niche, the better when it comes to setting up any sort of ad campaign or even any sort of business. If you can own a niche, then you'll make a lot of money. So what I did was I set up 1 ad set with the targeting as Peru, 1 ad set with the targeting as the Inca Trail, and I believe I might have even had Cusco in there. Yep, so it was either the Inca Trail or Cusco. Cusco is the main city in Peru where everyone goes on their way to Machu Picchu. It's very, very well known. And then I have Cusco and Nazca. So that's the Nazca Lions, and that ties in with some of the creative that I use as well. So the targeting for this is relatively simple. I just went click to message. So that sends all the traffic to Messenger, and that's an instant lead, and then I'm speaking with that person. I set a budget of $10. That's over 3 ad sets. So that's actually $30 a day. This is because this is in the testing phase and we don't want to blow our budget out before we've got enough robust data in order for us to then say this is going to work or this is not going to work. So I'd leave that run for 4 days, 5, 6, 7 days minimum, and then analyze the data. If you set a higher budget, you can probably run this for maybe 3 to 4 days, but I like to do it this way, and that's what I recommend for anyone starting out. So, we've got a $10 daily budget. I only targeted tier 1 countries, so Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, and the United States. I only ran my campaign on the Facebook newsfeed, because when this campaign was running, we didn't have Advantage Plus audience. And I'd probably still recommend starting with just the Facebook news feed because that's where people expect to see these ads. That's probably where they're going to engage most. And so then I've set up the manual placements there, and that's just in the Facebook feed. Cool. All right, so then we'll have a look at this other ad set. exactly the same. So the way that I do it is I'll set up an ad set, I'll set up 4 ads, then I'll duplicate it and change the targeting. I find that the quickest way to work. So the only change here is the Inca Trail and Cusco, and the only change here is that I've just targeted Peru, and that's about as broad as it's going to get. So then what we did, I got 4 images. So I use a site called Pixabay. There's also Unsplash or Pexels. These are free, royalty-free images that you can use. So if I go here and just type in Peru, all really good images, that's Machu Picchu. That's the Nazca Lions. I think I used that exact image. But just to be a bit more specific, let's just type in Machu Picchu. Now, one thing I want people to understand is this process is replicable for any business, any industry that I can think of where you need clients, where you need leads. So all you'd want to swap out is the targeting, the ad copy, and the creative, and then you're good to go. So I'd take an image like that because it's really, really well known and you want to stop the scroll. And because Facebook's AI will know these people are interested in Peru or Machu Picchu or anything of these things, right? So we took the image. That's the exact image that we took. Now, because the tours that I ran also went into the Amazon, they went to Nazca, they did the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu and Rainbow Mountain, I wanted to get an image that was congruent with all of those things. So, first one's Machu Picchu here. Second one is Rainbow Mountain. Third one is the Amazon. I think these are all really eye-catching. And then we've got the Nazca Lions here. Now, I only wrote 1 ad copy for this, and this is it here. So, it was you in Peru, what's stopping you? And then I've called out the customer. Are you and the family wanting to visit Peru, the Inca, Machu Picchu, the Amazon, but worried about safety, language barrier, cost, how to book, who to book with, any other concerns? Totally understandable, different part of the world, so you need to be sure you can trust whoever you decide to book with. Then I go on to what we offer. We offer all-inclusive holiday packages that are designed to take the stress off the experience and let you focus on the experience itself. Imagine this. So I'm trying to pre-frame them in this. Imagine this. You're picked up from the airport by an English-speaking guide who will then be with you for the entirety of the tour. You'll be taken directly to your English-speaking hotel, checked in, shown the immediate surroundings, including where to eat and any other surrounding sites worth seeing. Then I go into this. All tours are included in your package. So my offer was really, really strong. And because the competitors did the exact same tours, but they had overheads with marketing and stuff like that, I could come in at a price point that was a little bit lower, and that would allow me to close these deals. It was extremely important to get people on the phone. Any high ticket offer, you do need to have a conversation with people. It's very rare that people are going to part with a couple of $1,000s without having spoken to someone. So then I call out all tours are run by English-speaking guides. You'll be provided with maps and info specific to your tour package, picked up and taken back to your hotel. All meals, tours, transfers, entry tips included in your package. We also price match and usually beat any competitors. Click send message below. Chat with one of our owners around your trip of a lifetime. I'm looking forward to connecting. Now this one, this is what made me a lot of money because I had people come to me and they had an itinerary from a competitor and they said, can you do this? And I said, yep, not only can I do it, I can do it for $1,000 cheaper or $1,500 cheaper. So the value starts to spring up right then and there. Then when I have a conversation with them, you do need to build their trust. Obviously, that's specific to the travel industry, but I think you need to build trust with anyone if you're selling them a higher ticket offer. So make sure that your copy is congruent with what you offer and that your images are the same. That's the most important thing, congruency when it comes to ad campaigns. So then you just add it to whatever Facebook page you're running from. If you're running from Instagram account, which I wasn't, you can add that there as well. I went for single image or video, and then I've added the ad copy in here. So you can also add a couple if you want to split test, but then you'll need a bit more budget if you are going to do split testing. I didn't even need to change much. Chat on Messenger, that calls it straight out. Now, what you can do here is you can actually set up an internal chat bot within Facebook that can kind of take people through a lead qualification process. So it could be, what's your budget? How many people are you looking to travel with? When are you looking to travel? And you can tailor that to whatever your industry is. That way, by the time you start speaking to them, they've been pre-qualified. And if they're not qualified, then they can be taken to a different page, or you can add them to an email list or something like that. Cool. Tracking, always set up your tracking. I do have a video on my channel about how to set up your Facebook tracking pixel. Definitely do that, or you will 100% lose money when you're running ads. And then that's it. That's the campaign good to go. Now, once it starts running, you'll start getting inquiries. So you need to check your Facebook to see if people have sent you a message. If you've got notifications on, that should come through on your phone. You can also set up Zapier. So Zapier.com, you can set up integration. So anytime a message comes in, you can have an email notification. But I didn't need any of that. I had none of that stuff. And the first thing that I did was engage them in a conversation and say, what is it you want to go to Peru for? What's piqued your interest about this particular part of the world? And just really kind of build that anticipation with them. And then try and get them onto a phone call, have a conversation. Hi, I'm Terry with X Travel Agency. And then we just go through the process from there, see exactly what it is they want, and then how we can line our offer up with what they want. Any business can do this, so it doesn't just have to be for travel. I've used this same approach across multiple different industries, whether that's physiotherapy, whether that's carpentry and landscaping. It applies anywhere where you're selling a high ticket offer. So then when you're done there, you just want to hit publish, and then that's going to set everything live for you. Cool. All right, so that's it. Set one of those up. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have any questions. If this works for you, please let me know. Questions, comments, complaints, anything, feel free to drop them below. Like, subscribe, share will help me grow this channel, and that'll make me a bit more motivated to share any of the marketing tips, advice, and strategies that I've developed over the years with you. Cheers.